Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here. Public service announcement time here today for my fellow YouTube musicians out there with regards to which artists you can generally cover and post their music to YouTube and which artists you should strictly avoid with regards to YouTube's copyright blocking, copyright claims, and copyright strike system. Now, I've had this channel up and running for about 5 years now and have posted well over 1,000 guitar covers in that time. I've been blocked a number of times, copyright claimed up the wazoo, and just recently got my first copyright strike by an artist that I really should have known better than to cover, but I did it anyway. 5 times. Dumb. I've also heard from a couple of subscribers to my channel who've also had their channels striked by various different artists, and I've seen other music YouTubers, some with quite large and popular channels, get nailed with copyright strikes as well. So today, I'm going to give you all the heads up on just which artists you really should avoid should you decide to do a cover of their music or post their music to YouTube for any other reason. Now, the vast majority of recording artists and record companies are pretty cool about this. I'd say about 98% of the time. They will claim your cover video almost every time if it's close, throw ads on it and keep the ad revenue for themselves, and that's perfectly okay by me, not my intellectual property to begin with. It's theirs. Some are even kind enough to share ad revenue with you if your video gets flagged as a cover, and that's pretty cool of them as well, as they certainly don't have to do that because, like I said, it's their intellectual property to control as they please. However, there are artists who, for whatever reason, simply do not want people playing, posting, or covering their music, period. They will seek out, find these videos, and will send YouTube a takedown notice and nail your channel with a copyright strike, or even multiple strikes. The result of which being you get 3 of these strikes and it's game over for your YouTube channel. As an aside, don't get fooled by thinking your video is completely safe if it passes the YouTube copyright censors at upload. That's where blocks and claims will happen for sure. However, strikes come after your video's already been posted and live, and this is what gave me a false sense of security in posting what I did a number of times. You know, oh, it didn't get blocked at upload, must be okay. Wrong. And with that said, the #1 artist to avoid at all cost in this regard is Anything and Everything by Don Henley and the Eagles. And I think it goes without saying at this point that it was the Eagles who nailed me with my recent copyright strike. That said, Don is very, very protective of his solo property and of the Eagles property. It is in your very best interest to just avoid their music at all cost if you value your channel. But you know, especially if you make money from your channel and possibly rely on that income. Regardless, stay far, far away from the Eagles. Also stay away from Bryan Adams. He's another one who doesn't mess around with his property being covered and posted to YouTube. I'd heard about Bryan Adams in this regard, and one of my subscribers confirmed that fact with a strike of his own from covering Bryan Adams' music, and the poor video only had 200 or 300 views. The Cars and King Crimson with Robert Fripp are 2 more that I would stay away from. The Cars nailed Rick Beato last year with a copyright strike, and I've had a few takedown notices from Robert Fripp over the years, but thankfully no strikes. But I avoid King Crimson's music regardless after the takedowns, just to be on the safe side. AC/DC is another band who like to block videos. Thankfully, AC/DC seem to get you right at upload and just block you from posting right out of the gate. No strikes going on here as far as I can tell, just worldwide blocks on your video. I've also been blocked on 1 or 2 Ozzy Osbourne solo covers in the past as well, but those seem to have been a bit of an anomaly as there's loads of Ozzy covers on YouTube. So I think generally Ozzy is a fairly safe bet to cover overall. I've heard that Guns N' Roses is another one best to avoid, but I can't verify that one firsthand. I've covered some Guns N' Roses over the years and have never had a problem with them, but apparently others have, or so I've heard. And that's about it from my experience. 3 big ones to definitely avoid: the Eagles, the Cars, and Bryan Adams. and a few others that might go south on you, but I can't say that with 100% certainty. So then, just as a helpful precaution when it comes to posting covers on YouTube, I'll give you this little bit of advice. Search YouTube for whatever you're about to post, and if there are loads of other covers of that particular track, and some have been up maybe for years, you generally should be okay. No guarantees, of course. However, doing this has served me pretty well so far. Until the Eagles, of course, like I said, and I really should have known better. And there you have it, just my 2 cents from over 5 years on YouTube dealing with this rather thorny issue. Certainly hope you found that somewhat helpful, and like I said, be careful out there with what you post and cover on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Cheers.